Alright, so good afternoon once again to my Science 7B class for alright, before we're going to the lesson proper, already have sent you a video of those the possible setup that we'll be having for the month of May. Now, just be mindful that it will be only until I think the middle of May that we'll be having your lesson, and at the end of the month of May we'll be having already your computations of grades, and I hope that everybody is able to comply with that one. So for those who doesn't have the luxury of having the internet connection, I think we'll be given 2 more months for you to complete that one. So lessons will be stopping, however you are to complete those activities. Now it's just that I'd like to emphasize that if it's possible for you not to anymore wait for the 2 months completion period, especially if you think that you'd like to transfer to other schools or stop for a while, then you or whatever that is for you can, kasi because of the situation right now, I'd like you to be reminded that if possible you can be able to finish the activities and not wait for the 2 months completion period anymore. Alright, so without further much ado, we'll be having 2 lessons today, since the 2 lessons are actually interrelated and they are too short for us to so tinitingnan ko yung timeline and how many days and lessons we are left for us to be able to discuss the ones for your grade 7. So huwag na natin patagalin, so we'll continue with this one. So the lesson for today is all about the Earth's natural resources, right? So, and this Earth's natural resources, is already mentioned about trying to know the location of the Earth, the location of the Philippines, and this time let's try to dig in of what the Earth has to offer to us, being as a human being. Mother Earth has lots of things to offer. However, at some point, being as a very intelligent organism here on Earth, we tend to abuse those things. Now, before trying to see what later on, we're trying to study what the Mother Earth has to offer. I hope that in this lesson we'll be able also to appreciate our Mother Earth, and at the same time not abuse what the things that she has to offer, right? So without further much ado, let's go to the first lesson here. Let's go to the objectives. Now in your objectives, we have at the end of the lesson, you should be able to, number 1, identify the different natural resources that sustain life on Earth and explain how the natural resources sustain life. Now this is really very important because being as a living organism here on Earth, what are the things that we are to our environment, or particularly the Earth, has to offer for us not to be extinct, for us to continue the human race. Kasi sabi nila, just like what happened many years ago, many thousand years ago, wherein dinosaurs or different organisms before went extinct, is because there were some problems with survival and this and that, and maybe the sustainability before is not that very successful. That's the reason why right now we get to study, and we as humans, as intelligent as we are, would like to know more about what our Mother Earth has to offer. Alright, let's go right away to the first one here. So we have your natural resources. When you talk about your natural resources, these are materials or substances such as minerals, forests, water, and fertile land that occur in nature and can be used for economic gain. Now, that's the reason why they say that the Philippines, no, particularly our country, being as an archipelago, no, we are mixed with water and land, that we offer so much in terms of natural resources, to the point that even other countries are trying to steal our properties, because I think in their area they have already depleted all their natural resources, that they tend to steal other countries' natural resources. Alright, so I will not be mentioning what country that is. However, the Philippines has rich natural resources like extensive coastline. So aside from the one that we had for land, no, we have many natural resources, no, marine and aquatic natural resources that our country has to offer. Now, in relation to this one, no, I'd like to emphasize on the certain department in the Philippines that actually is catering to this different stuff, no, especially in natural resources. We have what you call your DENR. Alright, so DENR, or the expanded name for your DENR will be your Department of Environment and Natural Resources. So that is the department that is mandated by the Philippine government to take care of our natural environment and natural resources. Let's continue. Alright, so if you're going to look at the earth, no, and the earth has actually, no, majority of what is inside the earth is actually water, no? This is actually composed of around 71% of water. Now, being 71% of water and 29% there would be land, no? Is it possible, no? Some others question about, is it possible for, you know, water to be depleted, or mauubos ba yung tubig, no? That was one of the questions that my teacher before asked, no? And the answer would be no. And the reason would be because we have what you call your water cycle. But be mindful, no? Kasi if you get to see that, oh, hindi pala nauubos yung tubig, so pwede akong mag-aksaya ng tubig. It is not necessarily. Why? Because, no, as you get to see here at the bottom part of your earth surface assessed here, that around the 71% of your water, it's actually 97% salt water and only 3% fresh water. So I think the one that we actually can only use, no, for us to be able to tawag nito, yung pwede nating pakinabangan is actually the fresh water. Now, again, be mindful of that 3% fresh water, no? Around 2% there, I think, I'm not sure, pero usually, no, around 2% of that fresh water that you have there is actually found below land, and only around 1% is actually found above the land, no? The one that we get to see in rivers, or maybe even the ice that is found in the northern part of the globe, or even the southern part of the globe, those are actually fresh, some point fresh water. So yun po yun, no? So you get to see here in this photo the distribution of water in the Earth's hydrosphere. When you talk about hydrosphere, it's actually the sphere wherein water is, makikita natin yung layer of the Earth wherein kung saan yung water. So sabi ko nga, ocean is 96.5%. However, we have your lakes and your groundwater is only just 1%. So we have here, so if you have the chance to read this one, no, in the attached document for your Kuiper activity, you can do so, right? So we continue na lang para. Alright, so sabi ko nga, fresh water is inaccessible as ice and little remains as groundwater. So kahit po sinasabi natin na, oy, hindi na uubos yung tubig, 3% lang po doon yung fresh water, at some point to yung mga fresh water pa nakikita natin is not found actually directly above the ground, na pwede lang nating kumuha ng tabo, ilagay natin sa timba, iuwi natin. Hindi po ganun. So actually, more of it is actually found as groundwater. Saltwater serves as sanctuary for different marine life and provides a wide variety of seafood. Actually, if you go to Pangasinan, no, from the word Pangasinan, it's actually asinan, no? Saan kung ginagawa yung asin. It's actually a brine factory here wherein they use salt water for them to be able to get sea salt. Alright? So, pwedeng pakinabangan yan. Alright, let's go now to the next one. We have water can be used for consumption and irrigation in agriculture. So aside from the one that you get to use for cooking, for for washing or for different stuff, no, you can also use this one for irrigation for agriculture. So for us to be able to kasi usually or most of the things that are actually alive, plants, animals, and human need water. Alright, in that case, pag walang tubig, walang mag-irrigate sa mga plants, and we don't have sources for us to kasi these are actually sources of food. Alright, so ito po. So punta po tayo dito sa next one. You have your soil as another natural resources, no? When you talk about your soil, lupa. Alright, so topmost layer of the earth, it provides minerals and physical support for plants. Because then again, no, we need soil for us to be able to plant those sources of food for us, no? Kailangan natin ng lupa para sa mga plants natin. And then again, no, sabi natin, alright sir, it's alright, 29% lupa po nandito sa pwede natin pakinabangan dito sa earth. Then again, no, hindi lahat ng lupa ay pwede nating pakinabangan kasi meron tayong mga different types of soil that you already have studied when you were in elementary. Alright, so continue po tayo. Soil comes from weathered parts of rocks which are transported and deposited. Itong mga rocks actually, mga matitigas na mga bato at saka mga rocks na nag-create over time how many years ago, no? Nalalamigan, naiinitan, nahahanginan, those different stuff, no, different weathers will cause it to be, no, nasisira sila to the point that those rocks become soft and become what you call your soil. So actually the process of wherein what you call the breaking down of rocks into smaller particles or for big rocks to become what you call your soil is actually what you call your weathering. Alright, so nandito po, no? So meron tayong erosion of rocks, naulanan, naiinitan, nahahanginan, nababagsakan ng mga different stuff again. So yun po, no, nangyayari dyan, no? Tinatawag nating weathering. Alright, so ano bang gamit ng soil? The process of soil formation involves interaction of 5 factors. You have your parent material, a living organism, climate through wind speed or temperature, topography, and time. Alright, so yung tinatko natin, no, itong mga 5 mga factors dito are actually interactive or they interact with each other wherein soil actually have no, the process of the soil formation. So parent material, no, ano bang original ano ba yung original na tawag nito? Made up of yung rock. Is it made up of volcanic in origin? Is it made up of something that is galing ba sa sea in origin like your limestone or those soft ones, those different stuff, no? So depende. Tapos yung living organism also, that's interacting with the soil during those times. Climate, wind speed and temperature, topography, time, no, as the years go by, nangyayari po, no, nagdi-disintegrate yung mga rocks and become soil. So yung last two dito, you have your climate and topography are actually what you call related to the process called your weathering. Alright, so let's continue with the next one. Alright, so andito po, no, kita natin that the soil, no, we can find what you call your minerals. Ito yung isang bagay na actually nagpapalago ng economy natin. Because then again, no, Philippines is actually known to have lots of your natural resources, particular minerals. Sabi dito, Philippines is one of the biggest sources of gold. No, this is gold, no? In our area, actually, in Cordillera, yun, no? We have your mining companies here, Philex, yun, mga different stuff here. There's actually cultivating or mining gold, copper, nickel, iron, and manganese. That's the reason why for other countries, no, at some point they're stealing our islands because ito yung habol nila, no? These minerals are really very precious or to the point na may presyo ito, may value ito na pwede nating ibenta. Your copper is actually used for wires and other different nickel, iron, manganese, and those different other stuff. Actually, itong mga bagay na ito can be used for industry and even military. No, gagawa ng mga barko, gagawa ng mga makina for factories to create food, gagawa ng delata, those different stuff. So itong mga minerals that are really very important. Kaya nga ninanakaw yung mga islands natin is because, no, we are rich of this different stuff. Pera din ito, no? We should actually can increase yung kita ng Philippines in terms of trying to sell this one to other countries. We have also what you call, in terms of your minerals, meron tayong dalawa. Meron tayong metallic and non-metallic. So meron yung mga metal-based And meron yung non-metal based. If yung tinatawag nating metallic, ito yung mga metal, just like your gold, your iron, your nickel, your copper. These are metal. Paano mo malalaman pag metal ito? Kuha ka ng magnet. Pag dumikit siya sa magnet, alright, that's metal. And some are actually what you call also your non-metallic minerals, or ito yung mga hindi dumidikit sa magnet. So the one that we have here are example are your talc. So ito yung parang mga medyo manipis na mga bato na ginagamit natin, no? Pag kuha ka ng marble na bato, no? Mga limestones, pag tawag natin, pag pipinuhin mo yan, no? Tinatawag natin talc. That's the reason why at some point this talc is actually used for powders, no? Yung mga talc powders, BB powders, ito yung ginagamit. Alright, so meron tayo dito the marble crystals, this on the right. Alright, let's continue. So we have here different life forms, no? They are different living organisms which inhabit an environment, and the two broad categories for life forms are your flora, or your plants, and fauna, your animals. Actually, I've mentioned already this one in the previous lesson. So we have example in your left here, tarsier, which is endemic in the Philippines, because I believe it's only in the Philippines that you can find tarsier. When you talk about the word endemic po, endemic is actually defined as those those mga bagay, organisms that can be only found in a certain country. Let's say for example, orangutans, the orange apes, no, are actually found in Indonesia. No, wala tayo ata sigurong orangutan na originally na nandito sa Philippines, no? Kasi actually it's sa Indonesia sila nabubuhay. For Philippines, we have what we call another endemic would be our Philippine eagle. Right? So meron din tayong apilandok, the one that you have before. Meron din tayong tinatawag na pitcher plant. They say that this is actually poisonous, no? So sa Philippines lang daw din ito nakikita. Kaya pag umuulan, ito napupuno ng tubig, tapos parang may takip ito, nagmumukha siyang pitcher. Alright? Let's continue with this one. So you have your energy. Sa Philippines pwede tayong kumuha ng different sources of your energy. When you talk about your fossil fuel, ito, meron tayong source nito sa Palawan. I think we're mining also different stuff there in Mindanao. However, very dependent tayo sa fossil fuel in the Middle East. Nanggaling ng Saudi, nanggaling ng Kuwait, nanggaling ng Qatar. Ini-import po natin yan, binibili natin sa kanila, at dito natin binibenta. Actually, the one that's actually buying this one are big companies like Petron or Chevron, yung tawag ng Petron company, Caltex, Shell, and those other mga small companies of your fuel. So fossil fuel, ito yung mga ginagamit natin para ikarga doon sa mga makina ng generator para gumawa ng kuryente, magpatakbo ng mga makina sa factories to create a food, or gumawa ng delata. Kailangan nyo ng mga fossil fuels, no? Right, so transportation natin, fossil fuel po yung nagpapatakbo dyan. So very dependent, though meron tayong source ng atin, no? We are very dependent also for fossil fuels in the Middle East. But one thing again, I like to emphasize why our islands are being stolen by some other countries is because, no, meron tayong mga underwater source of your fossil fuels. We have already one discovered in Palawan. I think it's Shell that is handling that one. Kaya doon na area sa may eastern part ng western part ng Philippines, no? Ninanakaw yun. Kasi nga merong mga ganito. Alright? When you talk about your geothermal energy, no? Sa geothermal energy naman, ito yung mga pag malapit sa mga volcanoes. You talk about yung mga malapit sa volcanoes, no? Kasi yung mga malapit sa volcanoes, meron yung mga singaw doon ng init, na yung singaw na lumalabas doon ay kayang magpaikot ng makina, na pag umikot yung makina, gagawa ng kuryente. Alright? So, yan po yung isa. And this one that we have in the picture is actually in Palinpinon in in Negros Oriental. Specifically, this is in Valencia. I stayed in Negros Oriental for 9 years and already have seen this one. So I think this is owned by the Lopez, no? May-ari nito ang mga Lopez na may-ari ng ABS-CBN. Alright, so nag-privatize ito at ngayon sila yung nagmamay-ari nito. It's actually supplying the electricity for Negros and for Panay Island. So ito po yun. Anong gamit? Geothermal po. So this is in Palinpinon, a specific city or barangay I think in Valencia. But do you know that people in Valencia are actually having a 700 peso subsidy? Kasi nga itong area na ito ay malapit sa kanila. So ginawa ng may-ari ng itong geothermal power plant dito is that binigyan ng every household ng 700 pesos na pwede nilang paggastusan in terms of sa kuryente, no? So pag 1 month, no, hindi meron kang 700 pesos 1 month, may 700 pesos ka ibibigay ni geothermal power plant. Pag hindi ka lumampas na 700, wala kang mabayaran na kuryente. Only until then, lalampas ka ng 700, nababayaran mo yung extra. Let's say for example, gumastos ka ng around 800 pesos. Subsidy yung 700, meaning parang libre na yung 700. So, ang babayaran mo lang 100. Ganun ka, God bless yung mga people malapit po sa area nito. So, actually, in the municipality of Valencia in Negros Oriental. We have also what you call your hydroelectric power plant. No? Ito naman po ay very common sa atin dito sa Cordillera kasi makaka-relate tayo dito kasi meron po tayong ganitong dalawa. We have Ambuclao Dam in Bukod and we have your Binga Dam. And these two dams are actually the one that is supplying electricity for the whole Cordillera and even some parts of La Union. Kaya maswerte po yung mga taga La Union. Even at some point, I think for Pangasinan also, no, nagsusupply ito ng kuryente. So maswerte po sila na the car is actually supplying their electricity. Meron po tayong tinatawag na biofuel. Ito po yung nakukuha natin sa mga patay na mga living organisms before. Dead trees, dead logs, even, they say even human waste. Alam nyo yung septic tank daw, kung saan yung mga lumalabas yung mga nanggaling sa CR natin, yung tangke na yon, puro dumi yun. Sabi nila, naglalabas yun ng methane. Methane is actually something that is combustible, pwedeng masunog, na pwedeng pagsourcean din ng parang fossil fuel, no? So yun. And we have nuclear energy. So this nuclear energy, we have one nuclear power plant found in Bataan that I will be sharing to you later. Alright, so punta tayo dito. Next one's here. Alright, so na-mention. Alright, so when you talk about your energy, the fossil fuels can be used as coal or natural gas. Pag coal naman, ang tawag dito sa coal, no, ito yung parang mga uling or uging sa term natin, no? So pwedeng pagsourcean ng apoy. Pag pwede kasing pagsourcean ng apoy, pwede po siyang maging source ng energy. Alright, so ito po, no, yung kahoy po yan, pag pinaitim nyo, sinunog natin at umitom po ito, coal po ang tawag natin dyan. Kaya tinatawag na yan charcoal, because of the word coal here. Can be source of energy for us to cook food, no, instead of using your LPG. Or we have your natural gas. Natural gas naman, ito yung mga kinakali natin, or we dig this on down the earth until we get to see natural gases there and get them, no? So parang gumamit ka na rin ng LPG dito. So it's actually parang ito coal, think of charcoal or yung uling nyo or uging nyo. Tapos natural gas, think of your LPG. So fossil fuel yung pwede nating paggamitan ng pagsorsan ng energy para pangluto ng pagkain. Alright, so tawag dito natin. So I've mentioned already about methane, no? So petroleum in gas station is an example of your natural gas, no? Pampatakbo ng mga sasakyan natin or anything that uses your gas, diesel man or your gasoline or your petrol. Alright, so ito, no, kung saan merong volcano, pwede po tayong magtayo doon ng pagsourcean natin ng geothermal energy, kasi po yung singaw, nakikita natin yung singaw dito, yung init po na yun, pwedeng magpatakbo ng makina dyan sa power plant na yan, na pwedeng convertin yung mechanical energy into your electrical energy. Alright, so Philippines is regarded as the second top producer of geothermal energy. Kasi nga sabi natin, no, in relation to your previous lesson, tayo, yung location ng Philippines is actually surrounded by what you call your Pacific Ring of Fire. So aside from those underwater and line, no, of your volcanoes there, meron din pong mga volcano tayong makikita natin sa different islands natin. So pwede po nating pag-sourcean ng energy yan. Actually the volcano that's actually supplying the energy here is Mount Palinis, which is one of those I'm proud that inakyat din po namin yan as mountaineering club, no, in Negros. Alright, we have your hydroelectric power plant. So we have your Ambuclao Dam in Benguet. Ito yung nasa bukod. Many times already have pumupunta kami, nag-ride kami dito kasi we're visiting a certain church there, no, na sinusuportahan namin yung praise and worship team nila. So nadadaanan natin yan. Nadadaanan namin yan. I think most of you already have seen this one. So Ambuclao Dam. Though meron din tayong Binga Dam dito sa area natin. Alright. Biofuel, ito nga sinasabi ko, yung mga naaagnas galing from ng mga buhay, no, buhay ng mga bagay like your tae ng animal, mga lumot, mga hindi nagagamit sa corn, wheat, and potatoes, pwede pong pag-sourcean yan ng biofuel. Alright, actually ito yung mga ginagamit din at pinagsastudy ng mga high school, no, for their investigatory project, because then again later on we can relate this different natural resources, kung ito ba ay nauubos o ito ba ay kayang mag-sustain hanggang infinity. So tingnan natin, pag-usapan natin yan mamaya. We have also what you call your the one that is found, nuclear energy. This is actually a very advanced type of source of your energy, is because, no, it involves a very advanced science that you get to fissionize or combine two different nucleuses of different mga fissionable materials, just like your uranium or your plutonium, no, that at some small amount, I think the new nuclear power plant or nuclear energy is the most efficient type of your energy that you have, because at a very small amount, no, they can as very small amount of yung raw material, it can actually release a very big energy that it can supply yung malaking supply of energy for itong yung ginagamit natin. At sabi natin sa isang kilo lang, kaya niyang magpailaw ng ilang mga areas na. Think of it as your nuclear energy or nuclear power plant as your atomic bombs. To be honest, I think the one that happened in your World War II, when the Americans actually dropped an atomic bomb in Hiroshima and in Nagasaki, the size of the atomic bomb was actually just as big as your classroom, no? Yun yung nilagay sa eroplano, nilaglag. However, just ganun lang yung size niya, pero tingnan niyo yung release ng energy na kaya niyang pasabugin yung buong Nagasaki and even your Hiroshima. So ganito dun po yung source ng sa nuclear power plant. Though dito sa nuclear power plant, no, controlled ito para hindi magkaroon ng explosion, no? Hindi magkaroon ng explosion. So controlled ito para yung energy na tama lang na kunin natin, no, yun lang yung kukunin natin, hindi yung pasasabugin natin pati yung mismong makina ng nuclear power plant wala na sumabog din. So ito ginagamit nila for splitting. Splitting pala, when you talk about your splitting, fission, pag combining, we call that one your fusion. So either way, no, pwede pong pag-sourcean natin ng kuryente. Now, the one here in your picture is actually found in your USA. However, for the Philippines, we have our own nuclear power plant found in Bataan during the time. It was actually built during the time of President Ferdinand Marcos. However, during those times, nagamit lang po siya ng mga ilang taon. However, because of people living near Bataan, nagwelga po because of safety issues about kasi nga, think of your power plant daw as an atomic bomb na controlled. Paano po pag merong pong problemang nangyari or hindi po trained yung mga taong nag-ooperate dyan? Sabog yung buong Bataan. So yung mga taong, mga local people in Bataan, actually nagwelga sila sa labas, trying to tell that stop natin yung pag-operate ng nuclear power plant doon sa Bataan. To the point na na-stop po. Actually, inutang pa yun ng Philippines, pero ang problema, ilang years lang po yung gamit natin doon, pinastop na, until now, nandoon pa rin po, pero hindi na po nagagamit for how many years. That's the reason why, no? Personally, as a science teacher, no, again, sinasabi ko, very efficient po yung nuclear energy as a source of energy. Yung nasa Bataan is I think kaya nilang pasupply ng kuryente ng Region 3 and even NCR, no? And even Starlac, abot yan ng Pangasinan, kaya pa siguro. It's just that for Filipinos now, we need to train Filipino scientists for them to be able to safely operate this nuclear power plant para wala pong magka-problema. Because in the past, no, if you get to search in Google about a certain power plant na nangyari po doon po sa isa pong pinakasikat na parang nagka-problema ang power plant is in Chernobyl in Ukraine. Wherein, no, nangyari doon, hindi po nabantayan yung pag operate nung nuclear power plant to the point na nag-overheat yun. Tapos nag-overheat, uminit po yung isang cylinder doon na nag-crack, nag-leak. Tapos ngayon, ang nangyari, nag-leak na yun po, lumalabas na po yung mga fissionable materials that actually also mga high in radiation. So yung high in radiation na yun, pag tumama po sa atin yun, no, exposed ka doon sa high radiation or radioactive na mga material, they can cause cancer. And people there that is surrounded or exposed to that material can die, no, with cancer or with mutation. Kaya po, nasasayangan po ako actually sa the one that we have for in Bataan, but then wala din tayong magawa kasi the safety issues din po, no, with the people who are living there. Let's continue. So ito po sana yung picture, bakit hindi nag-load? The Philippines almost had a nuclear power plant but construction was halted due to location near a dormant volcano and quality of unsuitable construction material. Ito talaga ba? Ito yung issue. Siguro at some point, yes. Pero yun na nga po, no? So we have those different stuff that is related to the issue about that one. Kaya I think we're still paying for the paggawa nun, no? Until now, kasi inutang nga natin yun that time. Alright, so ano bang sabi dito sa mga key points? Materials comes from the environment or what you call your natural resources. Life forms are different living things interacting to each other. Two broad categories would be your flora and your fauna. When flora, plants, pag fauna, animals. Energy resources of the Philippines mostly come from geothermal, hydroelectric, and fossil fuel combustion. Or nagsusunog po tayo ng mga fossil fuels that are really very dependent on what you call your the one coming from the Middle East. So pag may gera po sa Middle East at mahirap pong mag-angkat or mag-import ng tawag nito, mag-import ng mga gasolina doon, tumataas yung presyo. Pati tayo dito binibenta sa Pilipinas, tumataas din yung presyo, especially for the one we buy in the gas station. Now, in terms of your natural resources, we have your two types. Meron po tayong tinatawag na renewable and non-renewable. I think I'll be reserving this one, no, to be explained more on the next lesson. Resources which are replaced in a short period are what you call your renewable. When you talk about the non-renewable resources are those which cannot be replaced or replenished immediately. Madali po silang maubos. Pag naubos po sila, wala na po. Alright, let's get to daanan natin yung check on your understanding for a while here. So, identify the natural resources described in the statement. So, I'd like you to read this one, no, along with your activity na lang there. And let's try to see this one, challenge ourselves. The Bataan nuclear power plant was built in the 1970s. However, it was not put into use. Do you think the nuclear power plant will increase our energy yield? Explain your answer. Nasabi ko na po yung opinion ko dito. This is actually nasabi ko pinaka-efficient po yung nuclear power plant, no, as a source of our kuryente or energy. Pero nga, merong mga issues dyan. So, opinion ko lang po yung mga nasabi ko earlier. Maybe you have also your own opinion about this one. So, I will add another question here. Should we resume opening the Bataan nuclear power plant? No? since meron tayong mga issues about kailangan natin ng sources ng kuryente. Siguro yan. Right, so I think that would be the end of the first half of our lesson that we have right now, and we're ready now to go to the next. So I think, no, ito yung sinasabi kong importansya ng anong ino-offer sa atin ni Earth or ni Mother Earth sa atin. Ang dami po para lang mabuhay tayo, not only for human but also for animals and even for mga plants. That's the reason why, no, to some point, kasi minsan gahaman yung tao, swapang yung tao, no? Gusto niya angkinin lahat para lang magkapera, kumita, even gaining power, no? To the point na inaabuso po natin ano yung ino-offer ni Mother Earth natin. That's the reason why for some people, when typhoon comes, when earthquake comes, no, it's actually a way daw na it's a revenge, na galit si Mother Earth kasi inaabuso natin much yung mga binibigay niya sa atin. Parang binibigyan na nga tayo ng mga ganitong mga bagay, minerals, sources of our water, sources of our food that's related to your water, your soil, sources of energy. But I think what we are doing also is that we're adding pollution to Earth to the point that Mother Earth is dying. Even we can relate that one to what we have right now as our sa pandemic natin ngayon. They say that the Earth is healing is because there's less pollution. People are staying inside. People are not going outside. Less transportation in the roads. They say that the Earth is healing. So, depende po yan sa pagkakaintindi nyo. Pero, this is actually the issue that we are facing right now. So, let's continue with the second lesson, no? Ang second lesson, alright, the second lesson will tell you about bakit ayaw mag-load ni second lesson. Alright, hintayin natin mag-load si second lesson. Oo nga. Alright, so punta tayo kay second lesson dito. Nasabi dito, sustainable use of natural resources. I hope mag-load siya. Naglolo ko yung OBS ko. Alright, hintayin natin mag-load. Gawa tayo ng bago. So paghintay lang po, ayusin ko lang po. Alright, so andito na po, no? You have now your the lesson 17.4, which is your sustainable use of natural resources. Alright, so sabi nga po dito first part, no, we have two types of one. So punta muna tayo dito sa objectives. Different should be able to differentiate between renewable and non-renewable sources, explain the effect of harmful human activities on the environment, and be conscientious of the different ways to use the natural resources sustainably. So, let's talk about your renewable and non-renewable resources. When you talk about renewable po, kasi pwedeng mag-renew. Pag medyo naubos sila, pwede po silang ma-replace. However, when you talk about your non-renewable, those are the ones that once they are used, they cannot be replaced or replenished anymore. Pag ubos na po, ubos na po. So, we have your soil, mineral, and fossil fuel take time to be replenished, no? the oil that we have right now, no? Especially when you try to think of the desert there in the Middle East, no? Sabi kasi dati doon, yung desert na yun ay puno ng mga trees, puno ng mga animals doon. That as the years go by, no? Namatay po yung mga animals doon, mga trees doon na nag-decompose po doon sa soil, and those decomposition of the soil there is actually the one that was converted into oil. Kaya po in that area, deserted part nila po doon, ang dami po nilang oil reserves. But the point is that, now, when you talk about this fossil fuels that we get from your one in the Middle East po, limited lang po yan. Paano po pag mauubos na po sila? Saan po tayo kukuha ng fossil fuels para magpatakbo ng mga makina natin, mga sasakyan natin, mga barko natin, mga eroplano natin? Yan po yung, no? Kaya po, we're trying to dig in different parts of our countries as a source of our fossil fuel na hindi na po tayo dapat maging dependent sa other countries. Let's continue. Alright, so ano ba yung harmful human activities, no? Na tayo yung may kasalanan dito. Being as a human as we are and intelligent as we are, no? Napaka intelligent natin to the point na pwede nating maabuso yung mga paggamit natin sa mga natural resources natin. Sabi kasi ito sa isang quote, no? Itong earth, pag tinanggal mo ang plants and animals, patay po si human. Patay po actually as a whole si earth. Kung human lang po lahat. Pero pag ito sa earth na to, nandyan si plants, nandyan si animals, pero tinanggal mo si human, do you think earth will flourish? Right? When you talk about those stuff, no? Earth, may plants and animals and human. Tanggalin mo si plants, tanggalin mo si animals, kumusta kaya si human? Kaya niya kayang mabuhay? Later on, no, pag mangyayari yan, no, baka mangyayari yan, mismong kapwa nating tao kinakain na natin. So, the earth would be dead if only human nandun. Pero they say, you have your earth, you have your animals, your plants, and human. You take out human. Do you think the earth will flourish? Do you think the earth will be okay? Try to realize that. As intelligent as we are, we're also as dumb as we are in terms of trying to, you know, protect our environment. Very ironic po na ang talino natin, pero ang bobo din po natin in terms of trying to protect earth, right? Kasi human po yung number one factor of why earth is actually nasisira. Pollution tayo. Hindi naman nagsasakyan yung mga animals, di ba? Even plants. Those different stuff, no? So, nangyari po dyan as years advance, kailangan nating mag-sacrifice ng ganito, ganun. Pero yun na nga, no? It's just a matter of trying to sacrifice this one and that one. Compromise this one and that one. Pero let's go, no? Here. So, erosion is a process. Now, talk about your, no? This one. Erosion is a process by which soil is being gradually destructed and displaced because of natural forces. Causes natural wind and human activities. Pag natural wind, water lang yan, umuulan, nag-erode, okay lang yan. Normal naman kasi yan eh. But usually for human activities, ano ba yung mga human activities that is related to this one that causes soil erosion? And many times in our area is because we are in a slopey area, yung mga bahay natin nasa mga bangin. Alright, makarelate tayo sa mga tinatawag natin na soil erosion. Alright? Continue natin, ano ba yung mga causes dito? Meron tayong tinatawag na deforestation. Deforestation is an act of clearing a wide area of trees. Because Philippines is a tropical country, no, biniyayaan po tayo ng maraming mga malalaking mga rainforest trees. However, because of business na marami tayong pwedeng gawin sa mga kahoy na yan, some people are actually very, tawag nito, no, abusing to this one. Kasi hindi naman po masamang gumamit ng kahoy, no, o magtumba ng trees for business. But actually, as I've mentioned, no, DENR is trying, hindi ka basta-bastang nakakaputol ng tree without what they call this one, permission from the DENR. Meaning, kukuha ka pa ng permit, no, kahit tree mo yan, kahit yung tree na yan nasa tabi ng bahay nyo, hindi mo basta-basta mapuputol yan pag wala kang permit sa DENR. No? So ano ba for companies have business and trying to use trees, no, as their source of their income for their companies? Ano ba yung usapan nila sa DNR? No? Meron ng areas tayong pwedeng ilag doon, and if nalag na yun po at natumba na yung mga trees na yun po, dapat yung company din po na yun ay kailangan pong mag-plant ng trees again to replenish the ones that they have consumed. That's the reason why, no, as they ang point is that, no, it takes many years for trees to actually fully mature and can be used as lumber. And that's the reason why, no, kailangan kontrolado po ito. Regulated po yung pagputol ng trees, hindi po basta-basta lang po na feel mo lang na magputol ka na. That's the reason why I get to be reminded of one friend. One friend is actually, no, every birthday niya po nagtatanim po siya ng one seedling ng tree. So kung ilang taon na po siya, no, I think she started around 7 years old, grade 1. Kung ilang taon na po siya ngayon, no, minus 7 years, so yun ang number of trees na plant niya po, kasi every birthday po nagpa-plant siya ng trees niya. Right? So yan na nga po for your deforestation. Sa area natin po, meron tayong tinatawag na kaingin system. When you talk about your kaingin po, kasi nga dito sa area natin, ang pwede nating pagkitaan is vegetables, di ba? And pag wala kang lupang pwedeng pagtaniman ng vegetables po, at meron pong lupa doon sa gubat or sa bundok po, na pwede nating itumba yung mga trees doon at gawin yung garden ng mga vegetables. Tapos ginagawa nila, sinusunog nila yung mga trees, tinutumba ng trees, ang tawag po natin dyan, slash and burn system, or what you call your kaingin system, which is actually not a very good idea for us to do this one. Is because we can relate this one to your grade 8 lesson about biodiversity. No? When you talk about your biodiversity, hindi po tayo basta-bastang mag-introduce po ng mga plants and animals sa isang area po na bago. No? Hindi po tayo pwedeng maglagay ng mga plants and animals doon sa isang area na mga bago. Let's say for example, no, in our area here na puro po pine trees, maglalagay ka dito ng mahogany, hindi po basta-basta ang ginagawa yun natin yung ganon. So in that case po, pag yung dating area was rainforest, but tinumba mo yung lahat ng mga trees at lagay ka ng plants doon, na vegetables doon, pwede naman mabuhay yun. But actually you're killing your biodiversity, because then again, mas malaki po yung chance na mag-survive yung isang area pag mas diverse po yung plants and animals doon. What do I mean by this one? Think of an area, na isang malaking area, na puro po cows lang ang nandoon and human lang. Do you think that's diverse? Hindi eh. Kasi yung species lang nandoon is a cow and human. But when talk about the area in the forest, no, it's actually so diverse, no? Meron tayong mga predators, mga decomposers, mga preys, in those mga producers wherein meron pong balance of the ecosystem, and the more diverse the different the organisms are, the better chances of survival. Alright? Paano po pag, let's say for example, let's talk about your food chain, no? Paano pag sabi natin wala pong mga predators, tapos originally marami pong palaka sa area natin, wala pong predators na pwedeng kumain ng mga palaka natin, ano mangyayari sa palaka? So what happens is that there will be overpopulation of palaka, na ngayon po hindi na po very diverse, kasi dumadami na sila at wala namang kumakain sa kanila. So actually your nature is really should be balanced, na gaano kadami lang sila, gaano lang po kadami, kaya kinakain po sila ng ibang organism, no? Yung ganong mga different stuff. That's the reason why, no, that there should be balance in our nature. no? The more diverse, the better. Let's go back to lesson here. So sa kaingin po, yun po actually yung negative effect niya po. Right. Let's go na to the next one. Ito naman, water pollution. I think this one here is now in Manila Bay. That is actually ngayon mukhang naging malinis na po. Kasi ginawa po, ito po yung pinalinis ng buong bay doon ni President Duterte na nilinis po nila. And there were many presidents who actually did not care about this one, pero it's only this time, no, his presidency where inalinis po ito. Yung Pasig River is one of the polluted river also in the Philippines. It's actually just behind Malacanang. Then again, no, sino bang nagpo-pollute ng tubig dyan? Is it the dolphins? Is it the sharks? Is it those barracudas or different Again, human lang po din ang nagko-cause ng mga pollution. Ito, result from human pollution. Improper sanitation, irresponsible waste disposal may cause diseases. Kasi ang daming squatter po doon sa may Pasig sa likod ng Malacanang. Mga informal settlers po sila. Wala po silang pagtatapunan ng basura doon po sa bodies of water na tinatapon. And this causes, no, a lot of namamatay na mga, kasi then again, no, yung tubig natin, the rivers, the sea is actually a source of our food also for our marine natural resources. Kaya again, dahil po sa human, no, later on we reap, no, the effects of what we have done. Let's go to the next. We have your runoffs. Runoff is a draining away of water from the source of the land. It increases toxic chemicals like phosphorus and nitrogen from fertilizers, household detergents, and even mining. One thing na makarelate tayo dito is that for people who are doing their laundry in the rivers, that you know that laundry or the detergent that is found there in the rivers are actually so toxic that if those animals or even plants found in the rivers may actually take them and even cause them to die. For ito naman yung mga ginagamit nating mga inorganic na mga materials as our fertilizer for our plants, tapos umulan at nag-shed off po yung mga materials na yan at pumunta po sa bodies of water, at yung bodies of water niya yan ay source ng tubig natin na ginagamit nating pang-inom or for other necessities for human activities, malalason po tayo dyan. And even for minings, no? That's the reason why the ones there in Felix or areas near Felix are actually dapat po yung company na yan is really very are operating safely, is because those mines there and the minerals that they get there are actually heavy metals that whenever mixed, no, naulanan and washed away by water and mixed with the water, and those waters will be source of our, or naligo ka doon sa river na yon, and those rivers are actually rich in heavy metals, and you get to ingest those water, can be poisonous. So harmful human activities. Kaya mga ganito mga bagay, no, be mindful na minsan that because we are ignorant enough that we don't know that we are actually causing this harmful human activities, no, and yun nga, nakakasakit tayo ng ibang tao, baka pamilya natin yung natatamaan natin dito. Alright? Have also what you call your eutrophication, or increase in the nutrient level. Runoff. Eutrophication favors the growth of algae known as your dinoflagellates, causing an algal bloom or your red tide. Then again, sinasabi ko nga, no, when you talk about your environment, there should be a balance in your environment. In this case po, dito po sa mga waters natin, no, ito po yung mga lumot na mga nabubuhay po, and if there is actually imbalance of those mga fish na kumakain din ng lumot, what happens is that, no, overnutrient po, kasi wala pong kumakain sa kanila, wala pong pumapatay sila, hindi po sila part sa food chain, to the point that they become increase in the in number, and to the point that those actually mga especially mga algae, mga lumot na nandito sa mga sa mga waters natin, in high amounts na, to the point that they're actually toxic. Kaya pag ito mga lumot tumaas po in terms of the numbers, no, we call this one your algal bloom, or simply your red tide. Iba po yung red tide na pinagjujukan natin sa mga babae. Alright? red tide. So ano bang kinakatakutan natin with red tide? When you talk about your red tide, no, those are actually mga increase sa lumot po diyan sa tubig natin, to the point that they are being taken by the fish, no, and ingested by the fish yung mga lumot natin. Tapos nandun po yan sa body system ng fish. Tapos yung fish po nakuha ng fisherman, binenta po sa atin, at yung fish na yung kinain natin, that's actually what you call your parang toxic po na side dyan, no? Yung epekto dyan na hindi po natin basta-bastang kainin yung mga, especially mga shellfish, kasi yung mga shellfish, yung mga talaba, yung mga tahong, sila po yung mga mahilig kumain po at sumipsip ng mga ito tawag natin, mga lumot, kaya sila po yung natatamaan. Tapos sila yung kumakain ng maraming ganito at kinain din po natin sila, no? It's toxic to human being. So there should be sinasabi natin kung ano sinasabi natin balance, and this is what you call your runoff. Alright, dito naman, no, when you talk about your sustainable use of your natural resources, then again we have what you call your DNR as a department of in the government, which actually is the one responsible for sustainable use of your natural resources. Degrading conditions of your natural resources calls for proper intervention. So sa sustainability po is actually pag ginagamit po natin siya for economics natin, economic side natin, is the one that is affected there is actually your equitability and your viability. And for environment, bearability and your viability. And for social, bearability and equitability, or ito po yung mga terms dito. However, let's read this one. Sustainable development is meeting the human development goals without destroying and depleting resources at levels which disrupts ecological balance. Then again po, pinaka-importante din po talaga dito, no, yung sinasabi nating balance po. Hindi po pwedeng puro economic lang na uubusin natin po lahat ng mga resources natin. Tapos pag naubos yan, paano po yung social? Paano po yung environment? Imbalance na po. Kaya yung tatlong yan po dapat balance lang po. No, for us to have what you call your sustainable development. Meaning pag sustainable po, kaya niyang i-sustain for how many years and how many years and how many years po na hindi po tayo mauubusan. Yun po yung point ng sustainability po natin. Alright, let's continue. Ayun, na-mention ko, ito yung logo ng DNR, no? What you have, what you call your Department of Environment and Natural Resources, which is founded in 1987, a year before I was born. Alright, it's a proper use. So sila po yung kagawaran ng gobyerno, pamahalaan ng Pilipinas na responsable po sa mga ganito mga bagay about your environment and your natural resources. So paano po tayo paano po tayo maiwasan po natin itong mga harmful human activities, no? For preventing soil erosion, ginagawa po natin ito especially here in the Cordillera, wherein we build our houses sa mga slopes. What happens is that nilalagay natin ng mga riprap dyan or mga bato para hindi po maianod yung soil po na malambot pag umulan. Kasi mas matitigas po itong mga rocks po, no, or riprap na ginagawa natin para po mag-hold po yung mga soil doon at hindi po ma-erode. Right? Planting specific pleasant trees in the upland areas. Right? Walang problema po dito sa upland area natin kasi meron po tayong mga trees, and no, ang kakatakutan lang natin is actually your tinatawag nating soil erosion or yung landslide. Pero sa area po na nasa below po ng mountains or sa mga nasa lowlands po, sila po din po yung pag wala pong trees dito sa upland, sila po yung magre-rip ng what you call your flood, no, pag merong heavy rains. Reforestation and selective logging. Sabi ko nga, no, dapat tayong magplant ng trees, at the same time meron tayong mga areas na pwede po nating pag-businessan for magtumba tayo ng trees for logs, for lumber, for different businesses. Pero then again, no, kailangan na nating reforest yung mga areas na pinanggamitan natin. Right. So, preventing soil erosion. In Philippines, vetiver is a commonly used grass to prevent soil erosion because it stabilize the soil along riverbanks and rice field paddies. This is actually found, marami na akong nadaanan ng mga ganito, pero this is actually usually found in mga hotter areas, no? Sa rainforest, not exactly very common here in our area sa Cordillera. So, vetiver po. Actually, ang pag-try mong i-uproot ito, ang hirap i-uproot kasi very yung roots niya is very spread and very tiny. Ang daming threads doon na talagang nag-hold sila ng lupa. Right? Ano pa bang pwede natin gawin? So, agricultural sustainability. Agricultural sustainability provides food in exchange of space, water, and minerals. This industry should have maximum production at minimum cost. So, rice and coconut are the two major agricultural products of the Philippines. That's the reason why we get to import this different stuff to other countries. Even tropical fruits that we have, we import those ones. Nga pwede nating ibenta. However, at the same time, pwede nating i-plant yan sa mga areas natin kasi nga mayaman tayo sa lupa dito sa area natin. So, pwede nating i-plant yan. Pag nagpa-plant naman, wala namang mawawala dyan nakakatulong pa sila. And we reap the fruits of them and we get to sell them. Pera pa rin. So, actually, at minimum cost, konti lang yung gastos mo, bubuhayin mo lang sila, ibebenta mo, nagkapera ka pa. Alright? So, agricultural sustainability. Ano pa ba? Renewable sources over non-renewable energy sources. So we have one here in our even in CCDC right now, pag nag-brown out, we have solar energy that is actually the one that's supplying pag brown out sa CCDC that we have in the roof of the gym. I think there's even my university before in college, Siliman University is also having this one sa top din nila ng library as a other source of kuryente other than the one that we get to use from Beneco. So ito pwede pong magamit. And if you have been in Ilocos Norte, specifically in Bangi, meron tayong tinatawag doon ng mga windmills. Kasi malakas yung hangin po doon in the northern area of the Philippines that they can use the wind energy for it to turn those windmills, and the turbine inside the windmills can be converted from mechanical energy to electrical energy. Kaya, ano bang pollution na lumabas doon sa wind energy yun? Wala. Diba? Tapos hindi naman tayo maubusan ng hangin. So, wind energy, solar energy are actually a very good source of energies because they do not contribute to pollution. Alright, so ano po ba? Policy implementation. So marami tayong mga policies in the United Nations Sustainable Development Program. Meron po tayong tawag dito, number 1, no poverty, hunger, good health and well-being, those different stuff. So dapat meron po tayong mga law and policies po that will regulate and protect us from abuse of this use of our natural resources. Kasi po, aside from the ones that we get to learn from science, kailangan din po natin malaman yung mga different laws na bawal pala ng ganito, bawal pala ng ganun. Dapat po ay aware po tayo dyan. Kasi pag hindi, ignorance the law excuses no one. Meaning, pag kayo po nagkasala dahil po hindi nyo alam yung law, walang rason para hindi kayo huhulihin. So, we have these different policies here that will regulate, protect, reconstruct, resolve problems in terms of our depleting natural resources that we have for Earth. Not only for Philippines, but actually for all human beings in the whole world that is actually using and very dependent on the natural resources that is being offered by our planet. So, punta tayo dito, there are two types of requirements. Ito po yun, sustainable development aims to mitigate harmful activities and make sure both present and future generations are living comfortably without disturbing the ecological balance. Kaya sabi ko nga, baka kung hindi sobra nating abuso yung mga bagay na mga ganito, meron na later on yung mga apo natin, hindi na nila makikita yung mga ganito. Kasi for example, hunt tayo ng mga birds, inubos natin lahat ng trees for businesses. Wala na, hindi na sila yung mga tawag natin yung apo natin hindi na makakita ng pine trees, hindi na makita ng mga ibon, mga ganito mga animals. This is actually the one that is being done by the government for us to have a sustainability. Hindi po sila mauubos. Tapos i-regulate po natin yung mga maubos to the point na hahanap tayo ng ibang source para po hindi natin maabuso yung mga bagay na yun. So I think we have here your check your understanding, put a check in the situation, promote sustainable living. I will make this one as part of your activity in your Kuiper, and let's try to see, as a student, how can you communicate for the need for sustainable development in your community. So think of your barangay or maybe even your sitio or your compound. sustainable development, meaning po aasenso po na hindi po tayo nakakasira ng environment, hindi po tayo nakakaapekto ng balance ng environment, no? Meaning sustainable na itong development na ito kayang mag-sustain until the future generation, that no, what we are experiencing right now can they also be experiencing, no? The good things that we are experiencing right now are also being able to be experienced by the future generation. Ano kayong mga bagay sa isip nyo ang pwede nyong gawin sa murang edad nyo, being as a student, no? Pwede nyong itulong sa tawag natin sa community natin. Actually, no, meron tayong mga segregation of your ito mga ordinance na ito ng tawag natin ng municipality natin, mga anti-smoking, anti-muma, yung mga bagay na yon. So ano pa kayang mga other things na pwede nyong maisip para matulungan nyo for sustainable development sa barangay nyo or sa sitio nyo or sa compound nyo, no? Think of it, maybe I'll add this one as part of your essay also, no? So ito lang po, no, ang dalawang lesson natin. Natapos na po tayo sa Philippine environment as part of your lesson for grade 7. So medyo mahaba-haba po itong lesson na ito, but I hope that you can still watch this one and for you to be able to understand. So medyo mabilis po ako, I know, because I'm trying to squeeze in these topics, no, na hindi masyadong boring na. But I believe that these topics are actually very, very interesting because ito nangyayari sa atin ngayon, no? And in terms of the abuse of the environment, ito, we have this pandemic that we're experiencing right now, no? Kung totoo naman sigurong sinasabi nilang na nanggaling sa paniki yun, inabuso natin yung paniki yun, nakuha natin yung virus na yun. Don't take it from me, no? It's just rumors. Yan na nga yung tinatawag nating yung bayad sa sala na ginawa natin sa environment natin, or particularly for Mother Earth. So ito lang po, no, for this afternoon. I think if you have problems with your accounts that you cannot log in, just PM me because I can reset your password. I can do that one. If you have questions, you can PM me either through my messenger or through your messenger, through your Creeper activity, Creeper accounts, pwede din po, or any ways, no, that you'd like to me. Or I'm so proud with other students who are actually commenting in this video in YouTube, because sa pagko-comment nila, I'd like students who actually ask questions rather than they assume that they actually understood the lesson. So if you don't understand, meron I'm thankful with Carl, no? Si Carl Gawiden, or actually is PMing me pag meron siyang hindi naintindihan, which is actually a very plus for him, no, na hindi siya nag-assume na hindi niya na alam niya. Pag hindi niya alam question, that's actually something plus akin as a teacher, and plus for you as a student. So don't hesitate to ask questions. So without further much ado, good afternoon once again, and God bless you. Ingat po kayo palagi.